So people, it is that time. You've been waiting for it for a long time, to be fair. So it's only right I give you the studio tour to end all studio tours. So yeah, growing up as a young, beardless creative, I always dreamt of one day having, you know, the most awesome space. You know, I spent a lot of time growing up in tattoo studios, like following people like Lincoln Design Co. and being like really envious, you know, of how cool their spaces were. So I spent a decade basically collecting art, getting it framed. Recently created the mega desk, and now I'm excited to give you a tour because it's slowly but surely becoming the space I've always wanted. I'm going to talk you through things like how I do my time lapses, you know, how I take photos of my Instagram, for my Instagram content, you know, my Zoom setup for client calls, my drawing station, the mega desk in general, and also like loads of cool artwork. You know, I've been collecting this stuff for many years, and I'm going to be showing you the artists, showing you their work, and you know why I love it. So let's get a cracking. So I spent some time thinking about it, and I realised I actually spend more time at my desk than I do in my own bed. So it was really important for me that I made it work ergonomically to my day. I got my good mate and brother-in-law Christian to build it for me. He's a genius. So yeah, all reclaimed wood, old scaffolding, well I'd say new scaffolding poles. Yeah, I love the fact that I can now stand at my computer as well as sit stand, so that really sorts my back out. Got my drawing station, which I'll go a little bit more into in a bit. But yeah, I mean, I just absolutely love it. Firstly, let's talk artwork. For me, a true creative space, well, it doesn't, you might be a minimal person, but for me, as you can tell, full of art. I absolutely love collecting it. As I said, I've spent decades creating a space that I've tried to make my own. So I've got some of my own art here and mixed in with some old school poster art. And also just like some of my favorite artists on the planet. I mean, this is something that I would say to you, if you love an artist's work, make sure you reach out to them, make sure you buy stuff off them, because it all matters, it all helps them, keep going. So, wow, where do I start? Obviously, I've got my crazy sticker wall, which is basically going to be filled all the way that way, but I've got, well, let's start here. So I've got an original James Martin made by James, some James type fun here, some cool stuff that I did with the Lincoln boys, Lincoln Design Co. here. So yeah, this is kind of just like etched wood, which is really nice. This was done by Clear Cut Creations. They're really cool. Yeah, these were done by my mates over at Andean Signs, but this is like the Lincoln Design artwork. Got some cool signage. Over here I've got some Cat-Handed Kid, awesome illustrator, big lover of skate culture. Like I mentioned in the prelim, tattoo art. I really wanted it to have this kind of tattoo studio vibe. So yeah, I've got some cool skate decks. I've got some Happy Impulse artwork down here. Again, some made by James, sketches from, you know, circa 2010 probably. Yeah, and then smoothing across, we got Skelly. He's awesome. Just Defs hanging over my shoulder, but in a nice way. I quite like him. Yeah, more skate decks. I've got some I Am Sloth over here, like one of my favourite artists of all time. Then I've got some more Happy Impulse. I've got some Adam Isaac Jackson, original Prince there. I mean, go check him out. He is seriously talented. I've got some Seventh Ink here and behind Timmy. And yeah, just basically, if I've ever liked an artist, I've reached out to them and started to buy their stuff because I love it. To the place where I probably spend most of my day, the drawing station. I used to have like 2 separate desks next to each other. You've probably seen it in my YouTube videos, previous ones that me and Timmy have shot. But I always found it slightly annoying to kind of have to constantly be moving setups and changing setups. So now I have a dedicated drawing area with all of my tools, and I've even kind of like organised, you know, my pens. So these are the pens I use the most, so I don't have to keep jumping into my cool badass Lincoln pencil case. So yeah, everything's here set out. I've got Margaret, light box, yeah, rulers, the iris, which is probably like the coolest thing on the planet. So yeah, really good circle tool, by the way. If you didn't know what it was, just me showing you something random. But yeah, I mean, just having a station totally dedicated to drawing has been the dream, and the dream is real. A question that a lot of you are always asking me is, how do I take my photos of my sketchbook and for content on Instagram and all the rest of it? And it is really simple, and all I do is I don't know why I'm being so... I just grab my sketchbook and basically I use natural light. There's no tips, no tricks to this. It's basically just using, I mean, unfortunately, you know, for the first time in like a decade, the sun's out in the UK, so I've got some marks here, but what I'd usually do is probably just put like a pillow up here or something. But yeah, basically I would turn off all the lights, set up my mood, and then basically just use my camera phone. I'll always set it to rather than 4:3, I'd set it to square, because I, you know, square tiles on Instagram. And then all I literally do is this. Right there, just get it nice and balanced to me. Right there, 1, 2, 3, smile, bash. So yeah, and that, simple but effective. I also thought it'd be quite interesting to show you my hodgepodge time-lapse setup. So you'll probably see I've been doing a lot of time lapses lately, and this is it. Basically, singular tripod with a masking taped mini tripod to it, and then all I do is put my phone up in the old socket up here, make sure it's all level. And then basically what I do is I just flip my camera, swipe across the time lapse, push go, and then crack on. And then as soon as I'm done, just push stop. You know, there's nothing, you know, I mean, it looks super professional when done, but literally this is all it is. A couple of tripods, masking tape together with an iPhone. Easy peasy. So, live chat setup, Instagram Live or anything. Basically what I'll generally use is the light is my computer screen. I've got a white desktop, so that brings enough light to my face. I'll then have enough cool stuff going on behind. Obviously it's the middle of the day right now, so I don't really need any other lights on, but I've got my little Philips Hue lights here, as you can see, like round the back. And yeah, this is a simple setup. I always try and set myself in the middle of the screen, make sure there's some really cool shit behind me, just to make it slightly more interesting. If people don't want to look at my face, they can look at the artwork. And then with this guy as well, I can also try not to break my phone, go a bit crazy with always making sure that it's nice and level. And now we have, again, me in the middle, nice wide pan, and yeah, just a really nice way of shooting. I say it's all about the background when it comes to live stuff. So yeah, just enjoy it, to me. Just get it done. It's simple stuff, simple tripods, mobile phone, no fancy cameras, and that's what I use. And that's it, team. That's my setup. It's taken a long time to get it to this stage. There's still a lot of work to do, but I hope it gives you some insight of how my day-to-day running and how I works. To say, you don't need to be, have all the crazy kit. Just tripods, tape to tripods for time lapses. You don't need any fancy lighting, just take pictures of your work in the window. Fill your space with stuff that makes you smile, and you will spend every day happily creating in it. So again, hope you've enjoyed it. It's been another cool episode, been a lot of fun. The sun's out, it's Friday, and now it's time for beer. Love ya. Have a great day. Peace.